Today I am here with a special guest.
Hi, my name's Hannah. I'm Canadian and I've been in Taiwan for about 10 years now.
Hannah is an avid walker.
I've walked the entirety of the island once and then I'm on the second lap, which I'm almost close to finishing.
I don't know how many kilometers you've done in total.
It's gotta be close to about 2,000 in 5 years of doing it. You know, places where I did the coast the first time, I'm like, oh, well, there's a mountain road that I've really got to try as well. And places where I took the mountains the first time, I'm like, well, I can't skip the coast.
What got you started?
Like, I've ridden my scooter around Taiwan several times. I've done a cycling trip around Taiwan too. I think on foot is actually the pace that I want. So on foot is what I did.
So that you can appreciate the surroundings.
Yeah, hear the sound of the birds and the wind, enjoy the subtlety of the view changing around every corner of the mountain road, see the egrets taking off from a field of rice as you startle them. I love it. I do it like little sections at a time. Usually what I'll do is I'll designate one weekend a month as a walking weekend and I'll take the train to whatever starting point I've designated. And sometimes it's, you know, the train and then the bus and whatever to get to a starting point. And then I basically just walk from there, spend the night where I end up, walk the next morning, spend the night where I end up, and then, you know, walk to somewhere with the hopes that I end up somewhere where there's public transportation to get back home again. At the end of Sunday night. I've got a Friday, Saturday, Sunday in a row.
Do you book places in advance?
Absolutely not. Nope, I just show up and hope that things work out. By about 3 to 4 p.m., that's when I'm looking for a place to stay, calculating how many more kilometers do I think I have in me. One of the things that I like most about this trip is just trusting that there'll be a way, and there almost always is.
Have you ever had to sleep on the streets?
Few mountain ones that I went on where it's a 45-kilometer section of road and I can walk 25 kilometers comfortably in a day, so I'm going to have to spend the night out there. And then I'll bring a tent and sleeping bag. I haven't had any unexpectedly needing to spend the night in the middle of nowhere. I've always found a place.
That's impressive. Do you feel safe traveling by yourself? And it's obviously very secluded, very isolated areas that you're walking, and
never had a problem from a person. I've had the occasional dog bark at me and monkeys barking at me all the time. So many monkeys. And I did get bitten by a dog once, a territorial dog. It didn't get much of my skin, it just got mostly my pants. But that's the only bad experience I've really had in 2,000 kilometers walking around Taiwan, was just that one dog where I was in his space. I've seen a few snakes, but never in any way that they'd be a threat.
Have you encountered any acts of kindness?
So many that I keep a running tally, offering me bananas from their garden as I walk by. Last Friday, I only walked one day. I got 4 offers of people driving me somewhere if I needed a ride anywhere, but I had 43 people wave and cheer me on as they passed me in 6 hours of walking. If there's a safe place to pull over on the side of the road and ask me, like, you know, what is it you're doing? Do you need help getting there? Have you got a place to stay when you get there?
That's so nice.
Yeah, like some of them are amazing. There was this one time I was up at Alishan, like in the high mountains in Chiayi County. You know, a car of people pull over, they roll down the windows and they're like, are you going to the festival? I don't know if I'm going to the festival. I'm going to the next town. 3 or 4 cars full of people roll down their windows and stop. And they're like, you must be going to the festival. You're going to have such an amazing time. One woman pulls over on a scooter and asked, you know, are you going to the festival? Well, I suppose now at this point I am. And she's like, well, you're gonna need a place to stay. Take my phone number, and when you get to the festival, call me because places might be booked up tonight. So phone me when you arrive at the festival and I will come find you. At the end of the day, I get there around 5 or 6 p.m. and it's just getting dark. This Aboriginal festival to celebrate the hunt, the dancing has to continue throughout the night. And they're like, yeah, you must join the dance. There's barbecues, there's like food trucks, and this amazing festival going on. And she made sure I was fed. Being vegan and a festival celebrating the hunt, there was not a single vegetarian or vegan thing to eat there. And I had instant noodles in my bag for just such occasions. And then they put me up at Auntie's house that night.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did they charge you?
No, they didn't charge me a penny. And I've had several occasions where people have done that, just invited me into their homes, spend the night there, have dinner with them. hang out with the family and then go to bed. And
Isn't that lovely?
it's really sweet. Sometimes I will hide a little bit of money underneath something for them to find later because I know they won't take the money if I offer it to them. You know, there was one adorable little old lady who only spoke Taiwanese, but she understood Mandarin when I spoke to her. She followed me in her car, periodically driving up and down the road to check how far I'd gone.
Make sure you're okay.
Just to make sure I'm okay.
Shout out to that lady.
Yeah, grandma. Yeah, I was in Yunlin and just walking down a street, and there's a temple with big festival tents outside, and they're like, come in, come in, come in. So I stop in at the temple and they're like, come and learn archery at the back of the temple. So I'm like, well, absolutely, of course I'll do that. There are 18 temples in town, each with a different traditional Taiwanese activity to try. There was like a Boy Scouts group. They invited me to sit in. They bought me fruit ice cream and poured me some coffee, gave me like a souvenir Boy Scout hat, and then sent me on my way.
Wow.
Just like all sorts of neat things like that.
And that's a really good way to get to know Taiwan.
Yeah, no, it really is. Run into a few Taiwanese people on a walking trip around Taiwan, and they've actually said that the experience as a Taiwanese walker is the same. If you're on foot and you're one person, people are interested in what you're doing.
So it's not like the generosity because you're a foreigner.
No.
It's because you're a lone person and people want to make sure that you're okay and you're welcome. And
Yeah, I'll have people pull over and ask like, oh, is this like a walking trip around Taiwan, or are you just walking to the next town? And I'll like, oh, I'm doing a walking trip around Taiwan. They're like, oh, that's wonderful. And then they'll reach into their car and find bottles of water or bags of fruit. And I've had lots of people actually drive past me and ask what I'm doing, and then drive to the next corner store and come back. You know, I bought you this tea.
Once when I went down to Kaohsiung, a girl saw me and my children walking. And she was like, oh, you're Mama Lucy, right? She scooted off and she went to buy some local Kaohsiung treats.
Oh, nice.
And circled back round and found us at the crossroad. And it was the first time that I had been recognized and gifted.
This last Friday, I was walking. By the time I got to the top of the mountain, I had long since missed the last bus home. Okay, turn around and walk back. The third car that drove past me stopped. And the woman inside was like, okay, where are you going? Like, okay, I'd like to get to the Dashi bus terminal. And she's like, okay, I can drive you there. Where are you catching a bus to when you get there? Well, I live in Zhongli. She's like, well, I'll drive you all the way to Zhongli then. And she drove me 2.5 hours home in the dark.
What?
Never exchanged names.
Just a lovely person.
Yeah.
I think good people attract good people.
But Taiwan is full of good people as well.
So maybe that's why it attracted you.
Could be, could be. I think it really helps that Taiwan is a small island. Everybody's a community and we're all interconnected. Just in terms of nothing really seems that far away. I've had people in Taidong offer to drive me to Taipei 400 kilometers away if that's where I wanted to go that night. I've had people, when I said, hey, I'm walking around the island, be like, I will drive you around the island so you don't have to walk it. Like,
This girl can't afford a car.
I'm like, that defeats the purpose, my friends. Like, I appreciate your generosity in offering to drive me around the island. The other thing that motivates me is it's sort of a celebration of what your body can do. My brain can be tired and my legs can be tired, and I can just set my mind to it and do that. I really appreciate my body. As I'm getting older, because I'm 43 now, so...
Are you serious?
Yeah, my body is not going to be able to do this forever, but it can do a lot of things that I couldn't do when I was younger. I'm just gaining so much more confidence in my abilities.
It's amazing how age gives you the confidence that youth doesn't. Is there anything you'd like to add?
You can trust in the kindness of strangers.
Perseverance?
Yeah, perseverance and trust in the process, and trust hiccups that happen, they don't ruin the experience. They'll just have a story to tell.
I absolutely love that. Thank you so much for doing this with me.
No problem, my pleasure.
If you have any recommendations on places that Hannah should walk, any trails you recommend, then please comment below. And also, if you see this one lone girl walking the mountains, please stop and say hello. Pass on that kindness. Okay, so if you like the video, don't forget that you can like and share and subscribe to the channel, but mainly share, because I think for this video especially, there's no link to an IG or a YouTube channel here. Hannah does this just for herself, but if you guys want to share it, then I definitely appreciate that. I look forward to more of your stories.
Thank you. Thank you.
Next time. Next time you have a really great story, come back over.
Will do.
Thanks guys. Bye.
Bye.